Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to Mangoes and Whales. My name is Greg. And also, welcome back to the Average Player's Guide to Dark Matter, a series in which I provide some tips and advice on achieving the Dark Matter Camo in Black Ops 3 from the perspective of an average or casual player just like me. This is episode number 6 in the series, and this one is on the light machine guns, or the LMGs, which I personally felt like was the easiest class to achieve all the camos for in this game. But I'll still try to give a tip or two throughout this video to make things even easier for you. The gameplay that you're watching is a game of team deathmatch on the map Fringe where I use the Gorgon, and nothing super exciting happens in the game except for the fact that I end up earning 4 camos in one game with the Gorgon, so I felt like that was pretty appropriate. Ended up getting the Bliss, the Chameleon, the Battle, and the Ardent camo all in one game, so that was pretty cool. And actually, one thing I wanted to mention too, you'll see when the way I get the Chameleon camo is through the help of the rejack ability, which, if you didn't know, is very helpful for going for Chameleon, because if you die and get put into rejack, and then you come out of rejack, it won't reset your progress toward the streak that you need for that camo. So that is very, very helpful indeed. So I highly recommend using rejack when you're going for Chameleon with any gun. So, but yeah, let's move on to some other recommendations of mine, starting with attachments. Definitely feel like you should become very intimate with the Fast Mags attachment when you're using the LMGs. I feel like Fast Mags is a good attachment overall, but it's an amazing attachment on an LMG. And same thing goes with Quick Draw. I don't normally use Quick Draw. I know that it's a very MLG attachment to use, but I don't know, I just don't use it much. But on an LMG, it's a completely different story. I feel like Quick Draw is definitely worth running, absolutely. So, and then the other attachment that I really always ran was an optic, a sight. And the one that I preferred was the BOA sight. And if you've never used the BOA sight, I definitely recommend checking it out, especially when you're going for LMGs, because it's a good long-range sight, and I think that you'll want to be staying at longer ranges with the LMGs, so it works well. It's a good marriage. So, yeah. All right, now let's move on to, oh wait, actually one more thing. I forgot to mention the foregrip. Foregrip is always worth talking about. I think foregrip is useful, but maybe not as useful, because a lot of the LMGs have a pretty controllable recoil, especially the 48 dredge. I wouldn't recommend using the foregrip on the dredge. I don't think it's that necessary. I think you can probably use something else on your class setup that might be more useful to you. But on the Dingo, I felt like I think I always use the foregrip. So, you know, you can kind of take it or leave it sometimes. But Dingo, I always use the foregrip. On the Dredge, I never used the foregrip, and I think I kind of went back and forth with the BRM and the Gorgon. So yeah. All right, so now moving on to the play style. As you see, I'm not like totally camping, but I'm also not rushing. I'm playing it pretty safe. I'm kind of sticking to the edges of the map and trying to stay at the longer lines of sight, basically where I can keep enemies at a distance, because that is where I have the advantage with a light machine gun. So that's how I'm playing it, and I feel like Team Deathmatch is actually the perfect game mode, or it's a good game mode. I mean, it's not necessarily the perfect game mode or anything like that, but it's a good game mode. So if you like TDM, this should work well for you. And actually, here is where I end up getting Chameleon camo. Let's see, and this is kill number 4 in the streak. And then I end up losing a gunfight, and this works out really well because I'm behind cover, and when I go into rejack, I'm now completely behind cover, and I can kind of take that enemy by surprise. He doesn't really have a line of sight on me while I'm coming out of rejack. So if you can line it up like that, that'll work for you more often than not, I would say. So pretty cool feature, pretty cool use for rejack, and otherwise pretty shitty specialist ability, if I do say so myself. But, so actually one more thing I wanted to talk about are the headshots, because the headshots could easily be the most difficult part of the LMGs. So, definitely, you know, like I said, use an optic. I like the BOA sights. If you do decide to play aggressively, that will get you more headshots. If you can get closer to your enemy, you will be more likely to get a headshot. I just have found that to be true. But I don't know, I just recommended not playing that aggressively, so... One other thing that I can suggest for you, I definitely recommend doing this, is checking out another video, and this is actually not one that I made, but instead this was made by Blacktide, and it's on his channel, which is called Blacktide TV. So I'll have a link to that up in the video as well as down in the description, and the video that I'm going to link you to is his video on how to more easily get Gorgon headshots. If you've never seen his channel, he does a variety of things. He's a really active YouTuber. He's a really cool guy, it seems like. But yeah, he has a really cool channel, and one thing that he does is a series on problematic camos. I actually wish he would do more of these, but he did one on Gorgon headshots, and so I definitely recommend checking that out. He provides kind of an alternate take on how you can more easily achieve Gorgon headshots. So yeah, that pretty much does it for this one, and from here we will move on into the secondaries, do some pistol videos coming up next in this series. So stay tuned for that, but thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.